let the host know which part of the world are you joining us from. All of you are joining from anywhere in the world that we know. So let all the 70 participants who are on the screen right on the let all of you go in the chat box, let you know which part of the world and which is the feeling you are bringing to Empowerment Talks today. Is it the hunger? Is it the desire to get more money? Is it to what you want to? What is that feeling that you're coming with this into the Empowerment Talks? Now, Faisal will take us through the what are the whys of Empowerment Talks. You have all heard about the book Start with Why. So, what was our whys when we started? Faisal will take you through the whys of Empowerment Talks. Welcome on board, Faisal.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's a great honor and my privilege to welcome you all to this amazing and powerful and impactful tribe. Thank you, everyone, for joining from Noida, from Sharjah, from Karnataka, from Bangalore, from Dubai, from Dehradun. Wow, it's so honor. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, everyone. Gwalior. Whoa, this is awesome. Isn't it amazing? Wow. 76 members now, right now. So you can still have a chance to invite a few more friends and relatives and cousins to, to get something really profound. Empowerment talk, something happened during this lockdown, something happened really profound happened during this uncertain time. Why we started, we need to have always in everything, we need to have a powerful why. Simple as that, just to utilize the time very powerfully, enhance your knowledge, and encourage you to take powerful action, because we can read a lot of books, we can listen a lot of motivational sessions, but these people who brought, these great and achieved speakers from different part of the world came here and spoke about taking consistent action. That's what Empowerment Talk delivered. 63 days consistently every day, bringing speaker from all part of the world and ignite you, empower you to take powerful actions. That's what we did. And also, definitely, there are a lot of people going through extreme challenges in business, relationship, and employment, but all they got now attending Empowerment Talk is power, a fearless attitude. That's what I need to request you now. If you are going through challenging time, all you need to do, connect connect to us, one of us, either to Yash, me, Sandosh, Tuliga. What you get, you will get a profound message to face your challenges, even if it is in a business or relationship or even employment, whatever it is. To not take wrong decisions, to not stay with your depression. Make sure that you convey the message to, and we will connect to the right people to empower you, to uplift you, to take you to the in a powerful action. That's what we started for. Yash.
And as Faisal mentioned, the last point of connecting to us, actually, we all of us know about what happened in Bollywood industry recently. One of our very smiling faces and Bollywood actor had actually committed suicide. So that's where our one of the whys of empowerment talk, the fourth one, is if you are dealing with some sort of depression because of your career related thing, because of your job, because of your finance, because of your business, because of your health and relationship, connect to us, reach out to us. We have got access to the expert speaker who will give you the free counseling sessions through us. So don't just keep it to yourself, reach out to us, and we are that's the announcement of from myself and Faisal. We will provide you free counseling sessions with the area of the concern that you are struggling with us. Don't keep it to yourself. Together we can achieve many more things. Now, speaking about Faisal, go ahead, Faisal.
Absolutely. My name is Faisal Ibrahim, the someone who empower you, ignite you, make you to take absolute powerful action. That's what I do for a living. I'm a passionate speaker. I'm a passionate conversationalist. I help people to empower themselves, and I will show you something. If you connect with me, what you will see something which you have never seen in your life, and you will take an impactful and powerful actions in your life. I'm a company formation specialist and entrepreneur. I run a couple of small startup in Dubai, which is going to be a multi-million dollar in one day. There is no doubt. That's what I stand for. I'm an, currently what I associated is I'm a co-founder of Afari Corporate Services. What I do for a living, I help people to start the companies in Dubai. And this is my contact number. And here's the way you can connect with me. And my friend is going to, you'll see someone special right now on your screen right now. His name is Yash Rawat, the young hunk. Look at that young hunk in the screen. Isn't it
You
so?
make me blush.
Hey, Yash Rawat is graduated from one of the top universities. He's from India. Now he's pursuing and looking for going to one of the top business school in the world. That's what he's looking for. He's a conversationalist, wisdom content creator, and you watch this guy. You will see one day he will stand on the top of the world and tell you one of the impactful and powerful conversations. No doubt about it. And he's also vice president of Toastmasters, TGS Toastmaster. We and me and Yash Rawat is associated with, and also he's a team lead and work for Alfutem Group. That's what he do for a living. And definitely you can connect with him. He's still bachelor, so gotta I got you what I mean. Hope you got what I mean. All right, YASHR1312. That's all you need to click in Instagram, and you got connected. And whatever you wish to do, and he's an amazing and powerful co-host. If you want to host a online hosting, he's a man you can contact him right now. And go ahead.
Thank you, Faisal. And the one thing that Faisal actually mentioned, that he will actually push you to achieve your goals, and that has been like when I did a program with him together, he was kind of pushing me. Yes, you promised me to do this. Why didn't you do it? So correct to him. And speaking about us, the empowerment talks, this was a conversation, a Zoom conversation that has turned out to be so big that there have been more than 11,000 Zoom logins that have happened on this platform. When myself and Faisal was having this conversation, we said, why not spread it to the world? Why not have this access to all of the people? And Zoom was the platform. From 12th of April till today, consistently doing best on best conversations with the bestest of speakers that we have called for you from all over the world. And you can see it from this thing right now. This has been our journey, what we have started. These are the speakers who have came to this platform, delivered straight away from teachers, from healthicians, from business entrepreneurs, from RJs, from life coaches, from everybody you name who have came here and discuss about their topics. Faisal, if you want to take us, you are muted, Faisal.
Look at the screen right now, and we have touched each and every areas of life. Whatever you name it, we already brought the speakers from different part of the world. If you want to be part of this amazing and powerful and impactful thread, all you need to do, you look at the chat right now and you see two links. One thing is for our WhatsApp group, which is the 5th WhatsApp group. We have 1,200 people in our Empowerment Talk WhatsApp group, and we have around 1,000 people in our 5M WhatsApp group. All you need to do, click the link and join us to this amazing and powerful group. And also what you're seeing in the screen right now, what are the speakers who came to this tribe and spoke and empowered the people around us. And
Yesterday, we delivered a very powerful session. It was about how you brand yourself on LinkedIn and how you take leverage of it to increase your visibility and land ideal clients. The way Vitek explained was phenomenal, going into the basics of how you create your profile, how you engage with other people, and how you use it as a business setup. Amazing session. The recording is there on our Facebook page as well as there on LinkedIn page. Go there. If you want to know more about Vitek, you can connect with him. Now, before we actually start today's session, myself, Faisal, and the speaker wants to have an agreement with you. The agreement is very simple. Chat option is open. You can type everything that you want related to the chat there. Please send us your questions through chat box. Raise your hand in the video. I would request everybody to come on video. Why are you scaring away from us? We are not monsters. We want to see you. So start your videos. We want to see your smile. We want to see everybody. I request everybody on 130 people on call, start your videos. You have entered the call muted. You will remain muted. Up until you have any questions, we will unmute you and you will be going live. And please rename yourself with your actual names. We don't want to call you as Apple, Oppo, Samsung or something. We want to call you with your real name. Go there, rename yourself if you're joining us tomorrow. And also represent yourself with what you connect with. I connect with Empowerment Talks. Faisal connect with Empowerment Talks. You can see from our second name that it is Yash E-Talks, Faisal E-Talks. If you're a leader, right? This name leader, Tulika Smile, this, that, so that we connect to you. We know you, you are who you are. So do that right now. And now it's time for Faisal to introduce someone who's going to introduce our speaker.
Absolutely. I contacted this person a couple of days back, and he is definitely going to make a powerful introduction to the speaker. He is none other than Vivek Chibar. He is a co-founder of this amazing and powerful tribe called Money Magnet. He's a co-founder. And over to you, sir, to introduce the speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Faisal.
Yes.
Good evening, friends. My name is Vivek Chibbar and I'm the co-founder of Money Magnet. We are based out of New Delhi, India, and coach, train people to lead a rich and fulfilled life. It gives me immense pleasure to be present on this Empowerment Talks platform. And I want to thank Faisal, Yash, and the entire team of Empowerment Talks for giving us this opportunity to be here and present before this wonderful audience. I would now like to introduce my colleague, renowned money coach, Deepak Soni. Before I call him up front to share on today's topic, let me give a little brief of Deepak for the benefit of all. Deepak Soni is a multi-millionaire serial entrepreneur, author of a book, How to Become a Money Magnet, and the founder of this magical framework called Money Magnet, which he has built from his experience of his coaching assignments over the last 20 years. His advisory has helped a lot of businesses recover from financial crisis to profit within the shortest span of time. Real cases of rags to riches. His mission is to eradicate the financial worries from this world. He believes everyone has a right to be rich. His famous quote is, "Becoming rich is a skill, and like any other skill, it can be learned." Ladies and gentlemen, without taking any further time, let us welcome our money coach, Deepak Soni.
Hey, over to you, sir. It's a great pleasure and honor to you. Welcome to this amazing and powerful tribe. Over to you, sir, please.
Good evening, Dubai.
Good evening.
How are you all doing?
Excellent.
Perfect. Okay, firstly, before I move on, I would like to thank from my heart these two gentlemen, Faisal and Yash. One, for the opportunity they gave us to be here with you all guys. Awesome human beings, 104, 139 human beings. And we are blessed. And Yash and Faisal, you yourself are awesome human beings, you know. Nothing bigger can happen, or nothing bigger can a human being do than contributing to other human beings. So I really, from my heart, I'm in gratitude of these two gentlemen. And thank you for creating this amazing platform. You never know what difference you are making to anyone's life. And that's a huge contribution. So let's begin. So I want to introduce myself. Thank you, Vivek, for introducing me. And so as he shared that, I founded this methodology called Money Magnet Methodology. And before, like I speak, I will share my screen with you. And the way we go about is, if you have some questions, you can please note them down, give them in the chat box, and I'll definitely take those questions. And I'll be asking you a lot of questions, and please respond in the chat box, okay? So what I'm going to talk about is from my program. The program is called the Money Magnet Mastery Program, which I run in India. And this is what I'm giving you some snippet, some small brief about the program. And the promise of the program is to train people in living a rich and a fulfilled life. So there is a life which everyone wants to live, that he wants to be rich, for sure. Don't you? Write in the chat box if you want to be rich. Okay, great. And there is something called fulfilled life. Okay? And you know what is the biggest tragedy for a human being? The biggest tragedy is, with all the efforts, he becomes rich and then he is not fulfilled. That is the biggest tragedy. And I've seen in my 20 years of my coaching career, I've seen hundreds of people falling into this category. They got all the money, they got all the fame, they got all what they wanted, but they were not fulfilled. That prompted me to design something like this. That while you are on a journey to your richness, while you are on your journey towards wealth, you are fulfilled. So are you interested in this journey? Raise your hands. Keep your emotions alive, guys.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So fundamentally, I'm an engineer and went into financial consulting after a couple of, I would say failures in my life, if the way it is to be called. So I have a habit of making a formula of everything, right? So unless it is formulated, it cannot be copied and circulated. It just becomes a knowledge. So we have a fulfillment formula, which we call Money Magnet's fulfillment formula. So when it becomes a formula, it becomes a repetition. It can viral from one human being to another. So the formula goes like this. The real fulfillment is 1, producing results to your full potential in the area of your passion, and 2, making an impact on others' lives. So when these two things combine, a human being experiences fulfillment. Fulfillment is something you can't fake. You can just experience. Remember your life. Remember one time you created results. You passed an exam. You passed a degree. You got a job. You made some profits. You cracked a deal. Weren't you happy? All of us are happy because we as human beings want to produce results, and not any ordinary results, to our potential. So Faisal knows what his potential is. Yash knows what his potential is. Unless he performs, he produces results to that potential, he would not be happy. And you know why? Because that's his design. That's a design of a human being. Mother Nature has designed us like that. That we are hungry for performance. We are hungry for creating results. And number 2, the results not for ourselves, wherein we also contribute to other human beings. Now let me ask you a question. Do you feel happy when you do something for your children? When you do something for your parents? Don't you feel happy? There's no money there, but there is fulfillment there. So that's another part of the design of a human being, that when you do something for others, so sure, they are your children, they are your parents, but on the plane of existence as a human beings, they are others. So when you do something for others, you are happy. When you produce results in the area of your passion to your full potential, you feel happy. Now here is the disconnect. When you start producing results, the society tells you to be focused on creating results. And you spend most of your time creating results only. So there is no model wherein you can create results and also make an impact. And by the time you are done with creating results in your life, hardly any time for making an impact. And that's the whole reason why we do not experience fulfillment. So this methodology trains you in creating fulfillment by making difference to others while you are creating results for your own life. It's a combination. It's an ongoing combination. And fundamentally, it is based on 3 pillars. The pillars are self-mastery, people mastery, and money mastery. Now let's talk something about the word mastery. So you must have heard this word a lot of times. So before I talk about mastery, I want all of you to have one name whom you think is a master. So people from this part of the world would always connect to Sachin Tendulkar as a master, don't you? Yes. And from other part of the world, you can have someone like Michael Jordan. So have these people in mind when I talk about mastery to you. Okay, so how do we define mastery? Mastery is a skill to produce desired results consistently, not always. Do remember that. We are normally fanatic, that I need to perform always first. No. Mastery is to produce consistently. 7 on 10, 8 on 10, good enough. 6 on 10, at times, yes. In any domain or area, across varied circumstances, and over a long period of time. That is what, when people recognize you, people recognize human beings as masters. So access to, I'll go to the previous slide, access to fulfillment is based on these 3 pillars: self-mastery, people mastery, and money mastery. So once you connect it to mastery as something these people exhibit, I don't know how many people would connect, but I would say under varied circumstances, Sachin Tendulkar example I always quote, he quoted 100 when his father died. He scored 100. Now that's called performing in varied circumstances. You could have toughest of the opponents. You could have toughest of the conditions, but still you create results, produce results. So when you talk of self-mastery, people mastery, and money mastery, what do we mean? Self-mastery is a skill to produce desired results consistently. In what? In handling myself. We all are a bundle of emotions, human beings. And we can live in two states. Me controlling emotions or emotions controlling me. So Yash shared something, very sad news about what happened in Bollywood. That was pure case of emotions controlling a person. And it goes to that extent. So self-mastery trains you in becoming a master of your emotions. Emotions won't go anywhere, but they don't drive you there. You are on top of your emotions. That's what self-mastery. People mastery. It's a skill to produce desired results consistently in dealing with people. The result is, what I'm talking about is I'm capable to include more and more people in my game. And I'm contributing to more and more people. Because I'll share more later in the talk that we all are playing in people with people. All our games are inside of people. So we need people mastery. And third, my most favorite, money mastery. You know what? Any system today, the way the world economy is structured, none of the system can operate without money. Be it charity, be it a financial for-profit business, be it for non-profit business, everything needs a financial model. And hence, you, as whatever you are doing, either you are doing a job or you are doing a business, you need mastery over the subject called money. And across varied circumstances, during Corona, for sure, during a recession, for sure, and over a long period of time. That is what, then you start working towards mastery. So due to paucity of time, I'll touch every area, give you some keys to open the locks in every area of mastery. So firstly, I would like to talk about self-mastery. So self-mastery, I said the desired result is I'm a master of my emotions. Emotions don't drive me anymore. That's what I'm touching to. And why? Because results are caused by, Faisal just shared with us, powerful actions. That's what performance is full of. And these are only possible when you have these two things. One is a resourceful state. And two, you have required skills. So we'll talk about what is resourceful state. That is what self-mastery is all about. So resourceful state of mind is when you feel capable and confident. You feel calm, centered, comfortable in your body. Your mind is clear and you are able to generate all kinds of options and you can take solid decisions. And the best part, being in this state is not dependent on your circumstances. It's independent of the circumstances. Normally, we react to circumstances. Corona, fear. Recession, fear. You are no more in a resourceful state. Believe me, how much skills you have. It's my unsaid challenge. If a human being is not in a resourceful state, he will never create results. So you've seen players, when they say this player is not in form right now. That's what I mean by state. So if Sachin gets out on a duck, do you think he has less of a talent that day? No. He has just lost his state. If Michael Jordan cannot score on a particular day, he has all the skills which he had in the last match, but he just lost his state. Artist, they call it, in the zone. At times, artist is not in a zone. A dancer is not in a zone. So we as human beings, as business owners, as working professionals, I call that state. So unless you are in a resourceful state, you forget that you will create results in your life. At least the results you want. At least the results which are to your potential. And it is something like, in language, it is like as if. You are always in a conversation. If you're in a resourceful state, it will be as if it's possible, as if I can do it. And I have no attachment to the result, to the outcome. So it is acting as if a desired state or outcome has been achieved. From there, you start acting. The whole energy is like that. You act as if you have already achieved the outcome and you're not bothered. The whole attitude is, it's a state of mind. The whole attitude is, yes, you can do it. And as if it is already done. And the state is fundamentally created by thoughts and emotions produced in my brain. That's why I said the self-mastery is about being on top of your emotions. Then only can you be on top of your state. Now, why I'm saying so much about the state? Because necessary condition for any performance, for self-mastery especially, is that moment to moment maintaining a resourceful state. That's a necessary condition. So something about necessary condition. For any fire to happen, for a candle to burn, there are necessary condition is that oxygen must be there. So that is something we call necessary condition. Without that, it won't happen, come what may. So the necessary condition for self-mastery is that moment to moment maintaining a resourceful state. Come what may, whatever the circumstances, I am always in my resourceful state. And how does it look like? I can do it. It's possible. And I don't bother what the outcome would be. That's a resourceful state. Okay? Now the question is, we as human beings are not trained to be in a resourceful state. Normally. That's why sad incidents like this. So this is an extreme case, Sushant, but I'll tell you, we lose our state every day, 10,000 times a day. Small things take away our state. Small fears take away our state. And all those imagined fears. I'll be talking a little about fear also. So we are not trained. But there are people who are masters of their state. And they are masters in their own field then. So what destroys my state? Question is that. So gradually I have to reach somewhere where I get the handle over what I can really control rather than just knowing. So what destroys my state? Now what destroys my state is my emotions of my brain. They are the single biggest spoiler of my state. And so, the funny part is that emotions are the biggest driver of your performance and emotions are the biggest spoiler of your performance. So it's a two-way kind of a sword. Now the mastery is you are on top of them. You allow something which takes your performance better, and you can control something which is decreasing your performance as a human being. That's the mastery. Okay. So when that gets destroyed, how does it look like? It looks like as what if. It looks like a doubt on one's ability, originating from a low self-esteem. It looks like it's not possible. It looks like I can't do it. It looks like a fear if it doesn't turn out the way I want to turn it out. That's how a non-resourceful state will look like. And it's fundamentally rooted in approval-seeking behavior of the brain. The way society has brought me up, it has trained me to take approvals from different people. So if someone approves me, if n number of people approve me, then I am a complete human being. How crappy is that? So that's called approval-seeking behavior of the brain. That's what I've been trained by my society, the way I grew up. And every moment I go into that state. What if? Now I'll give you a key. The key to self-mastery, the key to resourceful state is conscious shifting from what if to as if. The moment you can trap yourself that your brain is going into what if, and you have the power to take it to as if, you did the job. That's a key. And today, I'll tell you how to use this key. Okay, so I'll give you a very simple logic. How many of you agree that what if also is imagined and as if also is imagined? It has not yet happened. It's about the future. So my doubts are about what? About the future. And my as if is about what? It's about the future. But the way my brain has been trained, I give more than 50% weightage to what if. So on the top, you can see automatic way of thinking. That's how my brain automatically thinks. And to as if, I give less than 50% of weightage. That my successes are doubtful and my failures are almost certain. Isn't that so? Most of the time we keep dealing with this. So today you take this key back, you trap yourself that your brain is dealing with what if, and that's imagined. So you can always switch it back to as if, because that's also imagined. Okay, and what you have to do is simply you shift. You give what if less than 50%, reduce it, reduce it, reduce it, reduce it. Take it to 10%, take it to 5%, and increase the volume of as if. As if 90%, it's done. 95%, it's sure. It's going to happen. I can do it. It's possible. And I don't bother even if it doesn't happen. I don't bother. Suddenly your brain goes into as if. Suddenly you are in a resourceful state. And top of the slide, you can see this is my conscious way of thinking. That was my automatic way of thinking. That is what my brain has learned over the years. And now I want to relearn now. What I want to relearn is my consciously, I will always put my brain into as if. So moment you are not resourceful, stop. Don't work. It's just a waste of time. You're just satisfying yourself by spending hours. No productivity, no performance. Create a resourceful state. And believe me, just as a matter of practice, you'll be able to do it in seconds. You'll be able to trap it, convert it to as if immediately. Just a practice. So a small comparison of both states. What if are automatic thoughts in your brain originate from your past learnings and beliefs, leave you panicked and powerless. As if are voluntary thoughts. Voluntary bole to, your own conscious thoughts, which you can create. You have the liberty to think. Only human beings have liberty to think, my dear. Dogs don't have that. So we need to use that power of a human being, which Mother Nature has provided us. Voluntary thoughts. I can think anything. And masters think anything. You know, someday, Wright brothers thought, let's fly. They just thought it. No one had flew. So that's the power of a human being. That is where the whole evolution of human being has happened. But somehow we have forgotten to use this power. So they are voluntary thoughts. And they come from my new beliefs, new learnings. And they create a resourceful state. Suddenly you are in a resourceful state. And the probability of results coming goes very, 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 very high. Okay, so fundamentally, it's all about learnings. Whatever your brain learns, it starts behaving that way. So don't struggle with behavior. See what learning has gone there in the brain. So we do a lot of work from behavior to belief. Belief also is a learning, a kind of learning. So don't struggle with behavior, your behavior, others' behaviors. No, not at all. Just see what are the beliefs your brain has acquired while it is growing up. And we'll alter that. We'll change our beliefs. New belief, new behaviors. As simple as that. So this is how learning cycle operates. Your brain receives the new learning. With enough of practice and repetition, the new learnings are mastered. This is how you mastered English. This is how you master driving if you know how to drive a car. This is how you mastered swimming, if you know how to swim. Initially, it was very hard. But then with some practice and repetition, new learnings are mastered. The sad part is, even the bad learnings are done this way only. The learnings which are not supporting your life, your fulfillment of life, they are also done this way only. And they have become automatic now. So I want you to recollect how you drive. Do you think and drive? Not at all. It's automatic. So once the learning goes into your brain, it goes automatic. So consider, if a wrong learning has gone into your brain, won't it become automatic? So that will also become automatic. So whenever the situation arises, that learning is drawn from your brain, and brain automatically takes actions and responses without you knowing it. And who suffers? Not your brain. You suffer. Because those actions are not creating any kind of fulfillment. They are not helping you to create results to your potential in the area of your passion. They are not helping you to contribute to other human beings. So how would you get fulfillment? So for self-mastery, the key I want to give you today is always create as if. And then there are many more tools which are there in the self-mastery of a money magnet methodology. And the outcome we achieve is you are someone who has a total control over emotions. Emotions are there, I repeat again, but they don't impact your performance. And when they don't impact your performance, they don't impact your results. And when you create results, you are happy. And you contribute to other human beings as well. So that's exactly what Yash and Faisal are doing today. They're contributing to human beings. And that's why they're so cheerful. They're so happy. They're high on energy. That's a design of a human being. We all are cut for contribution. So unless we contribute, we simply are low on energy. So self-mastery is rooted in contribution and creating results and creating a resourceful state. So let's move further. Next is people mastery, one of my most favorite topics. People mastery is I'm capable to include more and more people in my game. And I'm contributing to more and more people because that is the key to my happiness, that key to my fulfillment. Okay. So friends, let me tell you, somewhere the knowledge has gone wrong. Fulfilled life is a combination of producing results and making a difference to people. And life is played in the midst of people and played with people. There is no game in life, and I'm open to discussion whenever on my personal conversation, you play any game without people, it's not possible. Simply not possible. So life is played in the midst of people, which I say play in the people and play with the people. That's the play of life. So people mastery, let's see what people mastery is. People mastery is an ability to create purposeful, meaningful relationships. And it also involves adeptness at inducing desirable responses in others. So unless you have these two things, you can't play big games. How would you play a game alone? So you've seen many people, visionaries, they say something and the crowd follows. They say this thing and the crowd follows. That is the second mastery people have. Inducing favorable responses and having purposeful, meaningful relationships. So we do have a lot of relationships in life, but how many of them, I want you to introspect, how many of them are really purposeful and meaningful? And in a short while, I'll share what is a purposeful, meaningful relationship. So it's not the count, it's the quality. And the key to a purposeful definition, I would say, purposeful, meaningful relationship, is the relationships where you can contribute and also get contributed. That is what the key of a purposeful, meaningful relationship is. that you can contribute and you can also get contributed. And once you have these kind of relationships, you are also a master in creating favorable responses, desired responses. Now, desire is to what? Desire is to a game. Desire is to a mission. Desire is to a vision. Desire is to a big contribution to the world. That is what people mastery is all about. And you know the biggest paradox when we start dealing with people? There's a huge paradox. So the paradox is, when I'm alone, I have a fear of survival. Human beings cannot be alone. So when in the times of lockdown, Corona has shown this very badly, that we really want people in our life. Okay. Now the paradox is, when I start going towards people, I have a fear of being judged. So when I start moving towards people, I start, fearing being judged. So fear of being judged is one of the biggest fear human beings have. And somewhere in between, I keep floating. And hence, I don't have too many people around me in my mission. So this doesn't allow, the fear of being judged doesn't allow creating purposeful, meaningful relationships. What will he say? What will she say? Am I looking stupid? Will I be laughed at? Am I doing something sensible? Am I being approved? Am I making sense as per the society norms? Will I not be rejected? This is the whole space we start living when we come to close to people. So I repeat the slide again. I can't stay alone. I can't stay with people. Hence that tear apart. Somewhere in between, I have to settle. Now the people mastery is that you overcome this fear of judgment. Again, a conscious shift. You have to train your brain to go from judgment to feedbacks. You got to be someone who's a master of giving feedbacks and taking feedbacks. So let's see what's the definition of feedback. Feedback is an information about a reaction to a person's performance, a task, which is used as a basis for improvement. So difference between a judgment and a feedback is, a feedback will always have some basis for improvement. And it's good to have feedbacks. Now, when I say master of giving feedbacks and taking feedbacks, your brain has to be trained. So the rule number one, and please take it as a key learning today, when you give a feedback, always seek permission. Hey, Faisal, can I give you a feedback?
Absolutely, please.
And if Faisal says no, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People don't shut up. Firstly, they don't take permission. Two, they don't shut up. They'll keep on speaking. And that spoils the whole people mastery skill there. And when I am a people master, will people stop me judging? No, they will still judge me. So I have to be trained in taking feedback also. That from the whole judgment, if I have something which has a scope for improvement, I take that and shrug off the rest. So there's a whole piece. Let's say Faisal judges me. Deepak, you're looking stupid while you're talking. Now, is there something I can take for my improvement? If yes, fine. Otherwise, thank you very much, Faisal, for the compliment. You're so sweet. That's the mastery which talks about that you don't have a fear of judgment. You are okay to be looked as an idiot. You're happy to be laughed at. You are cool in the face of criticism. That is how you touch people mastery. This is the key to people mastery I'm giving you. And we have similarly a lot of tools wherein you can practice people mastery. And that is the end product, that you are someone fearless in the face of judgment. Okay. And then you start creating purposeful, meaningful relationships. Then you start contributing to people. How can you contribute if you're always in a defensive mode? Please protect me. Please don't, please. You have a threat of being judged. Great. Now coming to the last and one of the most powerful masteries, which is the money mastery. Now the desired result, which I want in money mastery, is that I'm consistently increasing my wealth. From my coaching experience, believe me, I've coached almost more than 1,000, maybe more entrepreneurs, in individual coachings and in batch coachings. People focus only on one thing, which is how much am I earning? But money mastery, money is not about income. The focus has to shift from income to wealth. The real game of money is wealth. And I have a proof. The world measures the richest list on what basis? Income or wealth? The world's richest list is always on the basis of wealth of those individuals. It looks like something like this. $140.5 billion is not the income of Jeff Bezos. It is the wealth of the Jeff Bezos. So we are not trained to think in terms of wealth and operate in terms of wealth. We are trained to think and work in terms of income. How much am I earning this month? How much I am earning next month? So we don't know how to really calculate wealth. Whether my wealth is increasing, decreasing, I don't know. I have no clue about it. So wealth is not equal to income. Wealth is simply a collection of assets. I need to focus there. How much of assets am I collecting for myself? And what is an asset? Asset is something of value that can be converted into cash and is always available to meet my debts, commitments, and legacies. So why does Faisal want a startup which is worth of so many billions? He wants to make that an asset, which will be convertible into cash. World over, the smaller businesses are not convertible into cash. So that is the money mastery. When your focus shifts from income to wealth. And that is the whole training all about. And your mind would not really accept it. Okay. But once enough of training goes in, it does. So this is something called financial quotient. I don't know how many of you have heard of it. That's the ability to obtain and manage your wealth by understanding how money works. Now, how money works is a science. How this economy has been designed globally is a science. So you should know how money works. And from there, you have the ability to obtain and manage your wealth. You're not terrified. Oh, my income is down 6 months because of Corona. There'll be no income. And then you are scared. You have panicked. No, focus on the wealth. And wealth has a property. It keeps fluctuating. It goes up and down. But consistently, can you really increase your wealth? Today, valuations are going down. GDPs are going down. So what? It'll come back. In no time, it will come back. Maybe a couple of months, maybe a year or so. But people who panic today because their incomes are dropping will really be in a bad state of mind. So in the world of money, what are we dealing with this time? We are dealing with two things. One is erosion of wealth, which I just said. Assets all across the world are decreasing in valuation. And they will come back. Every recession, every cycle. So this time it is happening because of Corona, but it has been cyclically happening. Economy goes through a high and a low. But over a period of time, it keeps increasing. The valuations keep increasing. And second thing which is happening in the world of money is the cash flows are restricted. If I have money, I would like to not to push it back to the market. I would like to preserve that cash, and which is fairly genuine. Circulation is getting reduced. And hence there are cash flow issues. But people who have enough of cash flows, they don't have any panic. Although they have panic, if they are focused on income, they still are panicked. But if they have cash, still the panic is much less. So what got missed? Why are we dealing with cash flow issues? Most businesses they missed to create something which I called 3 to 6 months of liquid cash reserves. They just missed that. Because focus is on what? Income, expenses, income, expenses. And we mostly miss cash reserves. And today, most of the people I deal with, if they have cash reserves, they're cool. And I give them the equation, okay, but don't worry about the income going less. Don't worry about the wealth going less. It'll come back. And there is enough of cash to sustain. Okay. So what my recommendation would be, even if you have missed it today, in future, always have 3 to 6 months of liquid cash reserves. Now, what liquid cash reserves is that you should always have cash to meet your expenses for at least 6 months, even if there is zero income. That is the key to power. Okay, and don't miss it on a regular basis. But the question is this knowledge enough? This knowledge is not enough, because there is something at play which will always stop us in creating this cash reserve. And you know what is that something at play? Again, the same thing, emotions around money. So we are not dealing with money. We are dealing with greed. We are dealing with anxiety. We are dealing with fear around money. Okay. So let me ask you some questions and write in the chat box. So there are 5 questions. Let's say if 5,000 drops from your pocket, what is an impact on you? All of you in the write in the chat box, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your responses. As many people can write. Do this exercise and you will bless me for this exercise. That's my promise. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and write what is your impact if 5,000 bucks drop off from your pocket. If 5,000 you give to your son or daughter, you donate 5,000 bucks. Your employee steals 5,000 and 5,000 is robbed at gunpoint. In all the cases, see what are the emotions coming to you. Yeah, some will feel sad, bad. In 3, it'll be happy. In 2, you'll be, kind of serene, very serene when you gift it to your son and a daughter. Fulfilled. 4, you will be angry. 5, you will be thankful. My God, life is saved. Now, let me ask you all a question. What happened in the world of money in all the 5 cases? In the world of money, what happened? Your wealth reduced by 5,000 bucks. That's the only thing which happened in the world of money. But we don't deal with that 5,000 bucks of money going from my pocket. We only deal with the emotional part of the situation. And that is what spoils my money game. So I'm not dealing with 5,000 bucks at all. So the epitome, the pinnacle of my training in money mastery is that money becomes just a number for you. And there's a way to deal with the number. And I said the fear, the emotions, the biggest emotion which human beings are trapped in is fear of losing money. The most pervasive emotion around money is the fear of losing money. So one of the great masters in the money, coaching, you would say training, Robert Kiyosaki, he says the greatest cause of human suffering is the fear of losing money. And that keeps hitting us every now and then. So how do you think my performance, my results going to have any power, whatever it may be? Emotions will simply paralyze me. They'll simply cripple me all around. So money mastery is when I can deal the money part of the whole economy or the currency absolutely without emotions. That is the pinnacle of money mastery. Now something to talk about fear. So what creates fear in life? And this applies all across. What creates fear in life? So what creates fear in life is lack of mastery. When there is no mastery, there is fear. So if you don't know swimming, you will fear water. If you don't know how to handle snake, you will fear snakes. If you don't know how to handle a lion, you will fear lions. If you don't know how to handle money, you will fear money. So when there is no mastery, there is fear. And when there is mastery, there is no fear. And that is why I always say becoming rich is a skill. It's a mastery. Does it make sense? So all we have to do is not struggle with anything. Focus on the mastery you want to achieve. And mastery is not knowledge. One last bit I want to share all of you. Mastery is not knowledge. Mastery is knowledge plus practice, 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 practice. The new learning, the knowledge has to become automatic as a part of your second habit. That is what then you touch mastery. You cannot think and perform. Believe me, you cannot think and perform. You cannot think and drive. You cannot think and score 100 in a match. You cannot think and score a shot at a ball coming at 150 kilometers per hour. You cannot think and score a shot. It has to be automatic. So you cannot think and deal with money. You cannot think and deal with people. You cannot think and deal with self. It has to be automatic. The seamless, the second habit. Today, fear has become the habit. So now fearlessness has to become a habit. And how will it be? It will be new learning plus practice, 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 practice. Then suddenly you will be fearless. And fearless is not absence of fear. Fearlessness is having fear and going beyond it. Absence of fear is very bad. You will jump from the highest tower of the world. Fear is good, but fearlessness is divine. You can take actions in the face of fear, evaluating this fear is genuine or not. So here I would like to conclude and have a small summary. So the conclusion is the key to become rich and fulfilled from Money Magnet is based on 3 pillars. The real fulfillment is producing results to your full potential in the area of your passion and making an impact in others' lives, contributing. That is what you and I have been born for. Mother Nature has sent us to this planet to contribute. And we have to produce results for our own fulfillment. We have to play the game powerfully. We have to create something big before we leave this planet. And the access to this is mastery. And mastery is a skill to produce desired results consistently. Do not get finicky over always producing results always. People are cynical over that. Consistency is the goal in an area across varied circumstances over a long period of time. So that's all I had to share from what all experience, what all knowledge I had. And these are my coordinates. In case you want to get in touch with me, you are most welcome. And I'm always ready to contribute, to help people as Faisal and Yash are. Just contact us. And if we can make a difference to even one life, our life is worth it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deepak. Deepak Soni, really powerful and impactful session, no doubt about it. Money Magnet fulfilled formula. Wow, isn't it amazing? Thank you everyone for joining today. And if you have any questions to ask to Deepak Soni, all you need to do, go to participants and raise your hand. I have a lot of questions, but I don't know how to ask. Let me get someone else's questions first, then I will definitely ask a question. Because a lot of learning, I think these learning I've gone through today, I've never heard from anybody else in this world. There are 62 people spoke in this podium, but whoever spoke was, this is what, Rizal, a fear. Wow, that was really profound for me, because mastery, there is no mastery, there is no mastery, there is a fear. There is a fear, there is a mastery. Oh, wow. Really, really profound for me. Thank you so much. Let me take a few questions. Rajesh VP, I've unmuted you now. Please go ahead, Rajesh. And Rajesh, yeah, you're unmuted. Can you please come on video now and ask the questions?
Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Rajesh.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much for a wonderful session, and it gave us a lot of insights on Money Magnet. And my question to you, sir, you said that the greatest suffering is the greatest, cause of human suffering is the fear of losing money from Robert T. Kiyosaki. So what would happen if somebody loses huge amount of money, or he had a big loss, let's say a huge amount of money? So that person would take some time to come out of that fear, right? It would take over a period of time. If the loss is small, we understand. But if the loss is a huge amount of money or a substantial loss that you incur, that person would take some amount of time to move. To come out of that stage. So how do you think that during that transition, what a person should do in order to come out of that stage, from moving from what if to as if stage,
So what the question is, what you should do to move from what if to as if?
Yeah.
Is this a question?
From that mindset, when you incur a huge amount of loss in a business or whatever the money lesser, because that person will go through a lot of pain or this one. So how do you change that mindset, from that to the this one,
Mastery.
to change that emotion?
Simple as mastery. Yeah.
So yeah, just as simple as mastery. That's the self mastery I was talking all about. So if you had losses, right, and how your brain perceives those losses is all a subjective experience. Subjective, when I say subjective, it is different for you, different for me, different for Faisal, different for Vivek, different for Yash, right?
Correct.
So if I train you that doesn't bother you anymore, right? How would that be? So when money is just a number, you just now said a big loss, okay? So what money could be big for you? Give me a figure.
Maybe around 1 lakh dirhams.
1 lakh dirhams, right? Now maybe for someone down the road, 1 lakh is peanuts. He may be spending it daily. Yep. So the training is, the mastery is, money is just a number. It could be 1 lakh dirhams, it could be 10,000 dirhams, it could be dirhams, right? And there is a way to deal with it. That's another part of the money mastery, how to really deal with your losses. So when you know how to deal with your losses, you have no fear. Right? If you have mastery, there is no fear. Why are you fearing is, or your brain is fearing is because you do not know how to deal with it. Right? So if you are encountering, let's say if you encounter a snake and you know how to handle a snake, will you fear?
No.
You'll not fear. So now if you encounter a loss in life, loss of money, I would say, and you know how to deal with it, will you fear?
No.
You'll not fear. You'll not fear. So the question is not what do I do with the fear? The question is why the fear is there. I got to go to the root. Why am I fearful? So we are not teaching you to lead a life full of condolence and consolations. We are teaching a life of mastery. And master fails at times. He fails. So you're from India?
Yes. I'm from India, sir.
Yeah, so Sachin gets out on duck, isn't he? So masters fail. But they know how to deal with failure. So they know how to come back in the next match. So if you have a financial loss, one is, why did you enter into a big financial loss? That could be a part of the learning gap. Okay. So when people deal with money, as I said, you normally don't deal with money while you are dealing with money. Before the loss also, you're dealing with emotions around money. And which is normally the cases we enter into losses. Okay. Still, if some losses happen, if you don't know how to deal with losses, the fear would definitely grip you. So I'm not interested in dealing with fear. I'm interested in dealing with why that fear is there. And that's the part of the training.
Yeah.
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yash, you got any questions? Let me ask a question. Right. See what you said, like creating a resourceful state of mind. That was really profound, right? That's what we are all here for, right? Creating a resourceful and powerful state of mind. And definitely self mastery is one thing, people mastery is the second thing, and money mastery the third thing. More or less what we did in Empowerment Talk to create a platform to help and empower people to create this self-mastery, people mastery, and money mastery. But there are a lot of people in this, different part of the world that still don't believe this. They think that I know this. For example, like entrepreneurs like me, like they think, oh, I know these things and I don't want to get anyone's, it's my way of doing, I know how to make it. But this was most of the time my thoughts. Until I reached this education, self-mastery education, I totally transformed my life and my education, my everything. How do we convey this to the people? Like, definitely this is one way, but do you have any recommendation? How do we reach more people? And do you have any recommendations? How do we reach more people on this education?
So I'm purely talking from my experience.
Yeah.
People, so that's basically, people mastery, that how do you really, induce desirable responses in people, right? Exactly, this is the question. How do you induce desirable responses in people? Now, people show up in our listening of people. So please get this very clearly. If we listen to people as helpless, they'll show up as helpless. We need to invite people as big people. We need to relate to them as big people who are out there to cause transformation on the planet. And then we can contribute to them.
Oh, that is really profound. Tulika, we need to change the words in inviting people. Extraordinary people, human beings. You are invited to make a difference in this part of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, we need to create a very profound invitation now. Thank you so much.
People don't like to be called helpless.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Come, I'll help you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what are you doing so far? Oh, great. Oh, very profound.
Thank you.
Oh God, that's nice. Friends, this is what we do for, reaching out more people. And this is what we are standing for. All you need to do, just click this link on the chat box and join our tribe. And what we do in a different way, we did not invite it the way we Deepak Soni has conveyed, but definitely that's what we are standing for, to make you into the greatest human being in this planet. 145 people out there, you are extraordinary. There is no doubt you are here to create a legacy. And if you continuously, consistently listen these powerful conversations, one day your brain will shift in another state of mind where you will see the self-mastery is visible, and resourceful state of mind will be appear in front of your mind, in front of your life. Omar Sharif, one of our key learner and resourceful person now, and I've unmuted you. Please go ahead and ask the questions. Omar Sharif.
Oh,
please.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Faisal. Thank you
welcome.
very much, sir. That was I came in late, but whatever I heard, I think those were nuggets, which I would keep with me for all the time. Very, 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 very inspiring and very, very precious nuggets I got from you today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
As I was listening to your talk,
Yeah.
and especially that part where you talked about train your brain to receive and give feedback. And I really like that. And from my experience, and I'm sure many on the forum would agree with me, is we are so used to getting feedback, yes, but we always want to hear good stuff. And that makes us happy.
Yeah.
So how do we train our brain to really take the negative feedback? And, and again, we like to get good feedback, good stuff.
Yeah.
But somewhere we are also searching for the negative feedback, which first, we don't want to hear it, but we always keep searching for it. So how do we train ourselves to take that negative feedback in a manner which can improve ourselves, really?
Yeah, got that. So one biggest, key again. So since I'm here for giving key, so I'm giving key after key. So one biggest key is that you relating to yourself as a big person. Did you get what I say?
So I consider myself as a big person.
You relating to yourself as a big person, and not big from ego, big from contribution.
Okay.
So when you are in touch with your whole bigness, how would a comment even affect you? How would a judgment even touch you? It won't. So the problem is we relate to ourselves as small. And we want others to make us big.
That's right. I agree.
By giving good things about us. So that's what I talked about, approval-seeking behavior of the brain.
Right.
So I didn't have much time to elaborate on that, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. You relating to yourself as a big, big person. And not big from ego again. Big from contribution. And then comments don't matter, judgments don't matter at all.
Yeah, I think that's very powerful. That's shifting the perspective and just looking at it from a different. Thank you. That's insightful.
Oh, really powerful questions, Omar Sharif. Thank you so much for asking these questions. And I think it may relate to many people out there, including me. And I've gone through a lot of challenges, and I think a lot of judgment has put me down. But one day that, once, one of the speaker, it really hit me, and it made me to just go beyond the limits and, play the bigger game. Yeah. Thank you so much, Deepak Soni. Let me bring Pankal Punita. Okay, Pankal Punita is joining from Tamil Nadu. She's very keen in our 5am club and empowerment talks, whatever we do, she's always around. Please come on video and ask your question.
Thank you, Faisal, and it's been great, Deepak. Wonderful.
What happened?
I can't hear you.
Tulika, you made him. Okay, 1 minute. One more minute.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I have unmuted. Yeah. Thank you, Faisal and Deepak. That was a wonderful and a real brainstorming session for me, especially because money has always been a challenge for me. The only thing that I felt was I've been able to make a lot of money, but then I've not made it into wealth actually. So that made an kind of eye opener. And like the thing is, like I always have a block in me. I know I have a block in me in creating and in receiving. I have always felt it, and I've tried my I've just, so what more, as you said, like what if to as if, what more can be done, because I've been reading and learning a lot of things, but then I have not been able to do it consistently. So do you have anything that we can do consistently to make it a little more? I mean, I just want it consistently, as you said, not regularly and always, but consistently.
What?
Thank you, Faisal.
Reducing results, you mean to say?
Yes, like making money consistently, like attracting money consistently. That is what I would say actually, like, because I have made a lot of money, but somewhere I don't know where I lose it. It goes away, and I don't make wealth actually. Okay. So I have made a lot of money, but then it doesn't become wealth, and somewhere again I get blocks also in between. That was my question.
Okay, fine. So as a part of training, I said mastery training. So there's something which we work on called money identity. Okay. So we as human beings, everyone acquires a money identity. So when money comes to us, we start behaving in a particular manner. Because we have a belief system which starts creating our behavior. Okay. So that work has to be done on the identity that I should work whatever my game and the money demands, rather than my own emotions around money start coming up. And that is where you start losing money, or you do not preserving money, not creating wealth. So that's called money identity. So we have 4 kinds of identities. So like time is too short to explain that, but that is the area we train you in, that we refine. So let me explain you what identity is. So let's say if you are angry by behavior, right? So you will get, most of the time you will getting angry. If you are introvert by behavior, most of the time you will be introvert. So that's an identity. So whatever the life is offering, default will be going there. Okay. Similarly, money may, whatever identity you have, whatever the situation is, default goes there. And your behavior is always the same. So we analyze your pattern, and then we see like this is what has to be altered. So there is a whole process wherein we alter the belief, and then it alters the behavior. And then the results happen. Because sequence goes like this: belief gives you behavior, behavior gives you actions, and actions gives you result. Okay, so let's not struggle with result. Let's see why my behavior is that, and what kind of belief is giving me that behavior, and how to alter that belief. We have a science on that, and then it becomes automatic. Yeah, you're welcome.
Really powerful, really powerful. I think changing a belief system is not something impossible. You know, we just
Oh,
need
it's
to-
very much possible.
yeah, it is possible. That's what happened in empowerment talk. You know, many people said no, we're not able to do it every day, but we did it. You know, it's just a belief. We altered the belief system, and the mastery is a skill. To
Mastery is a skill.
Till skills. Okay, Ryan is in action.
Hi, Ryan.
All right. Let me know who else would like to ask a question. So we are almost on time now. Khalid Khan, quickly your questions. And yeah, Khalid Khan, over to you now. Ryan.
One second. Khalid, I've asked you to start your video. You can go ahead.
Khalid, go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon or good evening, everyone. Deepak, thank you very much for a wonderful session. Really informative, powerful, new, and I think what you've summarized is really important for us in terms of our relationship with money.
Yep.
The other aspect of people mastery, self-mastery, that's quite important. But I think in this day and age with the COVID, most of us are struggling with money and maybe spending money in the wrong way.
Yep.
So my question for you is quite an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't talked about this, so hopefully just a quick brief overview. Some people can gain money, can make money well, but they don't hold on to it. So they either spend it on material things or invest in the wrong way.
Yeah.
For your average person, what do you recommend in terms of, let's say, if I earn $1,000 a month, just as an example, should I be dedicated to saving that, an element of that, a percentage, or invest in it? Because I guess over long term, if you look at some of the most powerful investors, they talk about it doesn't matter how much you earn, but if you invest that money or save more, they talk more about investment rather than saving. But if you create a investment mentality, that will obviously help you with your wealth creation.
Mm-hmm.
What is your view on that?
So you should surely, a part of that should go into investment and a part of that should go into savings. But the question is why? You know, unless the why is clear, so if you're putting some money to create wealth, it should go to investment. If you're putting some money as an emergency fund, it should go into savings. So the liquid cash reserve, which I was talking for 3 to 6 months, should always go into savings. And the money you want to multiply over a period of time should go into investments. Now, you should also know how money is working. So there is a rate at which money is decreasing in value. We should know that, which we normally call inflation. So your investment should always beat inflation. Then only your wealth is growing. Otherwise, even if your money is secured, you are becoming poorer, right? So when you start investing, then something we also do is wealth forecasting. So I ask a question to many of the people. Okay, fine, let me ask you a question. How much money do you want to have? How much wealth you want to have in the next 10 years? What's that figure? You are mute.
All right. Can someone help?
Yeah.
Okay, Khalid, one more time, Tulika, go ahead. Okay, now you're unmuted.
Yes, unmuted. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Deepak. Let's go for, I guess I've got children, I've got weddings. Weddings are expensive. Let's go for $5 million.
$5 million after 10 years.
Wedding.
That's right. After 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Now you should know how much of wealth you have now. What rate will it multiply in 10 years? And where will it reach?
Okay, good. So work backwards.
Work backwards. Don't you do that way everywhere? Do you travel?
We should do, but unfortunately, once you pay the bills and once you pay the cost of living, and once the wife has done shopping, there isn't much money left for any wealth creation.
So then, are you in control of your situation? No.
No, true.
Yeah, that's what money mastery is all about. You being in control.
Agree. Yeah, thank you. That was really useful.
Yeah. Start with the destination in mind. So. Have you traveled somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you do first? Where
Plan
to go?
the trip. Yeah.
The first thing is where to go.
Sure. Destination.
destination.
Yeah.
So in wealth game, first thing is where to go. 10 years, how much wealth? And then you start going backwards.
Excellent. Yeah, good advice here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you on YouTube, Deepak? Do you have any anything on YouTube? Any videos?
Yeah, I do.
Any...
I do have.
Yeah, I
I do.
do. Yeah. See, I
One second. Faisal, your kid is there. Okay, thank you very much, Deepak, and thank you very much, Faisal and Khalid, and everybody who has asked this question in the Q&A round. Because we are very close on the timings, just I would, Faisal, Deepak, we want to hear from you. How has been your experience coming to Empowerment Talks and delivering this talk? What are you feeling? Some feedbacks for our community, and we give you the opportunity to give us feedback.
Yeah.
So
So
don't ask for permission.
okay, so the feedback is, so this is a great initiative. And as far as my experience is, I'm blessed and in gratitude, purely gratitude. Because what I'm trying to spread on with people is something, so there's a lot of suffering going around. Okay. So I need these kind of platforms for my message to go to maximum of people. So I'm in true gratitude and true indebted to you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to host you today on the 63rd episode. And what Deepak spoke about, I'll just do the quickly brief. He broke it down into self-mastery, people mastery, money mastery. Then he spoke about the resourcefulness and what are the difference between a what-if state of mind and as-if state of mind. And then he jumped into people mastery, and he told us why life is about played in the midst of people and played with the people. Then he spoke about the money mastery. And when you were speaking about the money mastery and how you differentiated between the wealth and income, and now it feels like money is something that I'm going for a game shop and the tickets that I get. So it's kind of, those emotions you get at that time, and then you get away with those emotion, but the money emotion you keep on collecting. So the whole differentiation happened. Thank you very, very much for coming to our platform, accepting our invitation, and blessing our audience today with your wonderful insights. We would be connected with you for further engagements. Now it's time for me to do the introduction for tomorrow's speaker. And guess what? Today you learned about money. What would be the best thing to learn about tomorrow? Any guesses? You learn about money. What do you do of that money? What is the one thing that happens to you when you go for the deal? You go and do the negotiations. So tomorrow's session is about negotiations. And who is coming to do this session for us? Mr. Suresh Mancharamani. Now, he is going to be speaking to us about killer strategies for negotiation. Now, who is Mr. Suresh? Mr. Suresh was a person who was doing a job for 300 per month, and he ended up making a 300 crore IPO and won a presidential award. He's 2-time TEDx speaker and author of 2 best-selling books. And now he's on a mission to connect 1 million startups and SMEs in India by 2023. Also, he runs the Tajurba Business Network in India. He's a self-made multi-millionaire by the age of 38. So tomorrow it's going to be his journey, how he has impacted life, what he's going to be doing in the future, and how is he dealing with negotiations. And negotiations is something that we deal on every day. Whatever even if you go and buy groceries in India, you negotiate with them. So what all the stuff that you need to learn about negotiation, it's all about that tomorrow. So we will love to see you at the same time, 7 p.m. Dubai time and 8:30 p.m. India time. So come here. It's all about learning. It's all about spreading the knowledge. It's all about creating the impact. And it's our responsibility to get to you the bestest of the speakers from around the world on this platform.
absolutely. Also, please make sure that you invite your friends and relatives and colleagues, or whoever it is, because negotiation is required every part of life. Whoever you are, you're a businessman, an entrepreneur, or whatever you are, please make sure you invite more people to attend this powerful and impactful session, exactly like Deepak Soni spoke today. Thank you.
So, and also, I'll just do, also we are doing Empowerment Talk specials that will be there on this weekend. That's with myself and Faisal. How did the turning point happen in our life? So myself and Faisal was going through a program together. So we'll be discussing about what that program was about, so it will be a Q&A round between us and our coach, that is Mr. Sameer GP, who will be coming live with us. It's going to be in the morning. So the evening session will continue. This is a special episode that we'll be doing in the morning. It's going to be 8 to 9 p.m. So a lot of interaction. We are looking for a lot of fun conversation with a beautiful message.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we would really like to endorse Sameer, because whoever we are, whatever we are today, because of this single person who stood with us and believe in us and train us for 1.5 years. And please make sure that you join this session. This will be very profound conversation. How do you go and make sure and to reach your peak performance? Yeah.
Also, what we are doing, we are creating magic in the 5 a.m. in the morning. Empowerment Talks 5 a.m. Club was started on 25th of May 2020, and we have completed, I think, 23 days now.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Journey has been amazing. 150 plus people join us on the call daily. What we do there? We do gratitude journaling, moving meditation. We are creating more leaders there. It's not about myself and Faisal there. It's about the community members. They take the lead and they host the sessions. We have created so many leaders in the 5 a.m. Club with our famous happiness doctor, Smita Prabhakar, leading the meditation sessions. Also, we are running a book club, and book club is about storytelling and the book review club. We host it in 2 languages. That is, one is English, another one is Malayalam. Faisal, want to say something about this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, we are getting a lot of authors from different parts of the world. They're going to come and review the books, and it will be really profound messages they're going to give from the books they read or book they wrote. Or also, we got a speakers from different parts of who will be reviewing the books. You know, maybe there may not be other book writers, but still, it will be very profound club. Please do join us on Saturdays afternoon.
So our 5 a.m. club runs every morning. Our Empowerment Talks daily episodes run every morning, but this is once in a week. And also once in a week, we do mastermind groups. And the mastermind groups is about business entrepreneur, life coaches. And we're going to be starting our communication mastermind group as well, wherein it's a closed community, a very small community where we discuss the intricacies and nuances of the business of whatever the things you do. And it's good to have that like-minded people around you so that you can scale yourself. And we are, as Empowerment Talks, are providing you that platform to come and connect with us. And all of this is free. You just have to make that commitment to yourself that you want to improve, you want to come up, and you want to scale yourself. Also, we have very fun sessions. We have dance meditation sessions, aptitude sessions happening on our call. Now it's time for myself and Faisal to thank our team, Tulika, Santosh, Anita, Bhavni, Jayashri, Alexander, Kishore, and Ace, who have given us so much support. What started as a 2-people team is now 10-people team. And there's a lot of work that goes in the background that we do, and all because of the team effort that we have. An excellent team. We want to thank you for your thing. Now, do you guys have something? Do you want to see the watch party today? So myself and Faisal, we throw watch party every session. And today's message, and later on we do the message from the host. So are you guys excited? We are throwing you the watch party for today.
Yes. Come on, Yash, bring it up. Thank you.
Please let me know in the chat box. Are you excited for the watch party?
Final 2 minutes. Please go ahead, Yash. Thank you everyone for joining these powerful sessions today. Thank you, Deepak Soni sir, Prashant, Vivek, Vidya, Renal. Thank you everyone for joining this powerful session today. Let's watch this 3 minutes quick video. Then we will depart for this powerful day.
For somebody going through tough times, for somebody struggling just to keep your head above water. You're trying, but things don't seem to be quite working out the way you planned. You thought you'd be in a different place at this season in your life, but you're still suffering. You have no say-so in what happens to you, but you have a say-so in what you do about it. You have a determining voice into where your life can go. See, life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it. You get a setback. You get thrown off course. You lost your mama. That's dirt. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. You need dirt on you to develop, because dirt ain't just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer. Dirt is nutrient. Dirt gives you the strength for your seed to push through. You gotta have dirt on you to push through something. Everything you see that's beautiful starts out as a seed, but that seed got to get dirt on it. You got to have dirt on you to grow into what life got for you.
The only thing I want from you is that every single day when uncertainty creeps in, I need you to get up and I need you to go heavy on it. In the midst of opposition, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of adversity, when you taste a little bit of blood and something happens that you didn't expect to happen, I need you to go heavy on it.
You gotta be willing to go after your stuff. You gotta be willing to go after whatever has got your name on it. Sometimes you gotta fight your way over. Sometimes you gotta fight your way through. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, listen, I ain't got nobody else to encourage us right now. It's just me and you. But I'm telling you, you're the head and not the tail. And I'm fighting for me, or my house, or my children, or my brothers, or my sisters, or my husband, or my vision, or my dream. I'm gonna stand right here, and I ain't giving up my children. I'm not giving up my money. No, I'm standing. You can't keep quitting your whole life. You can't keep backing up, and you can't keep fainting, taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. After a while, there ought to be something in our lives that we stand through. Sicknesses that you stood through, struggles that you stood through, weaknesses that you stood through, crises that you stood through, pressures that you stood through. That is where character is developed. That's what defines our destiny when you are in the middle of transition.
Wow, very powerful. Thank you, Yash, bringing this powerful video. It's more or less Deepak Soni's sessions is really completed with a big bang now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's the message from the host, that is myself and Faisal. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. Look at the as ifs rather than looking at the what ifs. What an important message that Deepak has given. Look at the opportunities, look at the abundance that you have in the world. Don't look at the problems that you have. Amazing lessons, amazing conversation, amazing. Everything was so amazing today. And we are excited to bring the amazingness and the awesomeness that we have developed here again and again consistently with you. There are some amazing speakers lined up in the coming weeks. You won't believe who we are getting in for our milestone episodes. So a lot of things are happening in Empowerment Talks, 5 AM Club, this all things. Be part of us. Let's be connected. And my last and parting words, be excellent to the universe.
Universe. Absolutely.
And what you can do from now and go, whatever the feedbacks you're writing in the chat box, go and do it on your Facebook page and LinkedIn page. Let world know that you have attended this event and what you have learned from here. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you, Tulika.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you, Yash.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Deepak Soni sir. It's a pleasure and honor.
Thank you, Yash. Thank you, Faisal.
Request you all, please, we are doing this with a lot of integrity and power and commitment and enthusiasm. All you can do, you go to our Facebook page and LinkedIn page and Instagram page, share your few words of commitment, share your few words of love, share your few words of, the enthusiasm, the power, the motivation you got from these sessions.
Today we have gone to Africa as well. So we have our viewer from Africa as well. So we had from all over the continent, but today we actually went to Africa. So I'm just reading the chat box.
Yeah, we are crossing the borders day by day. Thank you. We'll be doing 1,000 people session very soon. I'm looking forward to that day to happen very quickly. Thank you everyone for joining today. I'll be ending the session right now. It's 8:36, and apologies for crossing the time for 6 minutes, but I hope we add a lot of powerful and impactful value to your life. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. at 5 a.m. Club. Thank you everyone. Go and sleep. Bye.
Bye.